No, it's not.
But, like, at the same time, you'd be a fucking idiot to be like, oh, well, of course they're doing it clean. No, they're not.
No.
I mean, the guys that are, like, you know, there probably are, like, some dudes that do it clean anyway. Maybe they don't take hard, like, prescription drugs for pain or something like that. Or maybe they don't, you know, they're doing all this stuff natural and, you know, but, like, it's popular in that industry. It really is.
Yeah.
You know? So, I don't remember what point I was going to with all that, but whatever the fuck ever. Before I get all preachy and talking serious and stuff. And all that.
We can't do that now.
Yeah, hell no. Not on this show, damn it.
God, no. No.
Nah, but either way, I will get serious for a second. That's just really what I'm looking at when it comes to Brock Lesnar. Not so much about his MMA competition career, or his pro wrestling career. How is that going to affect that? Because I mean, what's it called? Because that's another one too. In the fighting industry, especially at that level, it's almost the same thing. What's it called? Like steroids and other performance enhancers. They're looked at all the time. It necessarily not going to end a career, especially nowadays and shit. What might end, or like what's it called, where he'll probably get slapped hard, or maybe get slapped hard, is in the wrestling industry. So like I said, in the end, like as much as some people would like to try and paint Vince McMahon as this evil tyrant asshole, or you know, in one way, shape, or degree or the other, and stuff like that. I mean, the man is a businessman, and sometimes he, you know, and he, you know what, man, to a point, maybe he does give a shit. I don't know the man personally, blah 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 blah, but like that's where I think he might seek a harsher penalty, to be honest.
Yeah, well, especially if he gets held out of, SummerSlam, because I mean, either way, he's going to lose some money because testing positive.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to hit him with a fine or something.
Well, like, what's it called? Not the less popular, but they fined John Cena a few times, man.
Yeah.
And John Cena's the one, fucking, you know, that's not a secret. That's their fucking bacon baby, man.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's who they would consider like the Stone Cold of this generation. That's
yeah.
you know, like that big name. You know.
Cena, and then the other guy, he's more of a newer product now. Forgot his fucking. Starts with a Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. He got popped for Adderall.
Yeah, and they've smacked him hard, and that's another dude who they're
suspended.
Yeah, and that's another guy who they're putting massive attention and money on. So I mean, like, if they're doing it to them, what's to say? Hey, we'll turn the other cheek, Brock, because you're Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Nah,
No.
nigga.
What they do.
So I mean, that's where I would be more concerned about fighting wise. Like even if they suspend it for like 2 years and stuff like that, it'd only be in one state.
Yeah.
Who's not to say if Brock really wants to continue
He can fight
competing, he can fight somewhere else. He can fight on Bellator or some shit like that, you know?
Well,
Which I don't see him doing because
UFC's not going to let him go.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, he's still technically under contract with the UFC. In that sense.
What's it called? That's because of what I read. I wasn't sure if it was just a one-fight contract or a...
No, I think he's still under a contract. I think
like a contract?
Yeah.
Like a multi-fight?
Because he still had some fights left on his deal. He never officially retired.
Oh.
That's what I was reading, was like he was still officially under his old contract. But I think they just gave him a couple a little bit more money.
Yeah.
Get him to come back.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with him.
Right.
I mean, I don't really watch the new product of wrestling, so it's hard for me to...
Like I told you, the only reason why I know, like, some of the shit that's going on is because, like, on YouTube, one of the things I follow is that woke culture .com thing, and they're constantly cracking little jokes on wrestling here and there. You know, actually a lot. I don't want to say here and there. So that's the only reason why I know what's going on to a point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, direct storylines and shit, I don't know shit about that anymore because I don't really care. I mean,
yeah, you and I are both, like, on the same page when it comes to that, where it's not as much a storyline, let's get good wrestling.
Yeah, and, you know, I drew away from WWE. Not so much that they stopped doing the stunts and all that stuff like that. It's just more of, like, the wrestling format. No one looks... Like, you know, the thing I loved about the Attitude Era, it wasn't so much the fact that they were hitting each other with fucking hardcore, you know, doing all this crazy stunt stuff. It's just that everybody had an individual style.
Yeah.
You know, to a point.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, there's that WWE style, but even like that, like during that era, they all had different styles of wrestling.
Yeah.
Now everybody just looks the same. You know, it's just, you know, like literally. Because I mean, like, you know, you could talk to some other wrestling purists and they dog the product anyway, but they're dogging it for their, you know, they're also dogging it because like maybe bitterness and stuff, but you know, but not that is, but even like that the comment where I'll say that's not coming from bitterness is actually coming from real truth. They say the same thing. Like, you don't see any individual styles anymore. They all do the same shit. Like, everybody does the same stuff, and then the only thing that's different is their finishers.
Yep.
That's really about it. You know?
Same, like, you know, moves, and then okay, now I'm gonna hit you with my finisher,
and then we're done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, shit, like, I can still get in them old ass WWE matches. And I'm talking about like from the era of like Piper and stuff like that. You know.
Oh yeah.
And they're not doing anything like crazy stunt wise, but they're still, you know, they're still going, and it's like, and like I said, that you could tell, you know, a guy like Piper, how he wrestles to a guy like, I'm just throwing a random name out, to a guy like Steamboat. You know, I don't think they ever wrestled though, but still.
Piper and Steamboat?
Oh, did they?
Oh yeah.
I thought they never really met in the ring. I knew they were in the same. They were in, you know.
They were
the same promotions at the same time.
God, I want to say it was WrestleMania 3 that they had a hell, or was that Piper and?
Man, that was Piper and Omar Epps. For the Intergalactic Welterweight Championship.
And on that note,
America.
Yep.
America.